Good day, everyone. Welcome to our English class. For today, we will be learning Module 4, Distinguishing Text Types According to Purpose and Language Features. We will be learning Distinguishing Text Type According to Purpose and Language Features enumeration. I want you to choose the best answer from the given choices of the items that follows. Which of the following best describes the word text type? Correct. A form of writing using different forms and standards of composition. Number 2. What is enumeration? Correct. Enumeration, these are listing names according to numbers, to name things one after another in a list, and rhetorical device used for listing details step by step. So the answer is all of the choices. Number 3, what is the meaning of the purpose of a text? The correct answer is the writer's reason for writing. Number 4, what is the purpose of this text? 8:30 a.m. go to the gym, 9 a.m. fill up the registration. Correct. It is to instruct. Number 5, the next number. What is the purpose of this text? He was still on the run. Paul put up his hood and stayed in the shadows. He didn't want to be spotted. And the answer is to describe. Next number. If you are writing a persuasive speech or article, what two things should you include? Correct. Facts and evidence. Next number. Which of the following is not a purpose of text? Correct. To divert. Next number. You are reading a text that's attempting to convince you that chocolate cake is the best dessert. What is the purpose of the text? And the answer is to persuade. Number 10. What is an informational text? Good. It is a text that is true. Great job. Let's recall the definition of a dictionary. In your activity notebook, fill in the blank with the correct answer. A dictionary is a book that contains meaning of the blank. Number 2, you can find in the dictionary the blank and it's blank. What is your answer? Correct. A dictionary is a book that contains meaning of the words. You can find in the dictionary the meaning of words and its uses. Today, you are going to read a story about a fox. In the Philippines, we call this alamid. Have you seen a fox? What comes in your mind when you hear the word fox? Before we start reading the story, I want you to enumerate the qualities of a fox in this figure. Now write your answers in your activity notebook. The fox can be charming, loyal, like a dog, playful. So these are just examples. Now let's move on to the story. The story is entitled The Fox in the Well. A fox once fell into the well. He tried to jump out, but each time he did, he fell back down. By and by, a goat passed by. Looking into the well, he saw the fox. "Hello," he called. "What are you doing down there?" "Drinking some water, of course," replied the fox. "Is it good?" asked the goat. "Good! It is the best water I ever tasted in my whole life," answered the fox, drinking a gulp of water. Without a second thought, the goat jumped in. After drinking some water, he looked about for a way to get out of the well. "How do we get out of here?" he asked the fox. "I know what we can do," said the fox, looking at the goat from the corner of his eye. "Stand on your hind legs. Plant your forelegs firmly against the side of the well. I'll climb on your back, and I'll step on your horns. Then I can get out. When I'm out, I'll help you get out too." "That's a good idea," said the goat happily as he did what the fox told him to do. The fox climbed on the goat's back and horns. Then he jumped out of the well and started on his way. "Hey!" shouted the goat. "Help me out here. You promised to help me." "You silly goat," said the fox. "You should have thought of that before you jumped in. Next time, look before you leap." Now let's read the questions carefully and answer each question to the best of your ability. Where did the story happen? Who fell into the well? Who jumped into the well? Why do you think the goat believed the fox? How did the fox get out of the well? Why did the goat decide to jump into the well? If you were the goat, will you do the same? Why? If you were the fox, will you do the same? What is the moral lesson of the story? What do you think is the purpose of the author in writing the story? Let's check your answers. For number 1, number 7, no, because I don't want to be tricked. If you were the fox, will you do the same? No, because I will just ask for help. Number 9, there are people who will redeem himself or herself in any possible way, even at the expense of the other people. Number 10 is to entertain. What have you realized after knowing what the fox did to the goat? Going back to your description of the qualities of a fox, do you have the same description of the fox in the story? Is it the fox that we all know? By reading the text, it is important to distinguish the text type, and the purpose of the author in writing the story. Texts are written for a variety of purposes, using different forms and standards of composition. These forms of writing are known as text types. A writer may choose from a variety of purposes, which usually fall into 3 main categories. To entertain. These are texts created to entertain and are often imaginative works like novels, stories, or poems. To inform. These texts provide facts about some topic that the writer believes is important and necessary for the reader to understand. Writer who wants to inform may also be writing to instruct, explain, or describe. When writers instruct their readers, they offer a series of steps to accomplish a specific task. When you read a recipe or an instruction manual, the writer instructs you to do a task. When writers explain, they tell the readers how something works. Writers with the purpose to explain write science articles and discoveries. When writers describe, they provide sensory details that allow the readers to form a mental picture of some person, place, or an object. Number 3 is to persuade. These types of text are persuasion and encouragement for the readers. The writer wants to influence or persuade the reader to do or think of something. To determine the purpose of the text, think what the writer is trying to do. What is the aim of the text, and how do writers influence the readers by their piece of work? What lessons do their stories are trying to convey? Let's examine the table carefully and familiarize the examples of common purposes of texts. To persuade, inform, find out, entertain, instruct, explain, and describe. And you have here the explanation and its examples. Enumeration is a rhetorical device used for listing details, or a process of mentioning words or phrases step by step. In fact, it is a type of amplification or division in which a subject is further distributed into components or parts. Writers use enumeration to elucidate a topic, to make it understandable for the readers. It also helps avoid ambiguity in the minds of the readers. By using enumeration, writers lay emphasis on certain ideas to elaborate them further. In fact, enumeration easily creates an impression on the minds of the readers. The details and listing make it easy for them to convey the real message they want to impart. However, if there is no use of enumeration in a text, it might become difficult for the reader to get the true meanings of ideas. Now, let's answer this. Read the following situations, then distinguish the type of text according to its purpose, whether to inform, persuade, or entertain. Write your answers in your activity notebook. Number 1, if you have happened to receive damaged item, please email us at snapshotsales@shammer.com and explain your problem. We will respond within 24 hours. And the answer is to inform. Next, the frog went out for she hated himself for being useless. He couldn't croak and jump. After he fell into a deep well and was about to face his death, he was able to bring his best and did even better. He is certain that no one could help him except his own self. It is to entertain. The free bird cried, "My darling, sing the song of the woodlands." The caged bird said, "Sit by my side. I'll teach you the speech of the learned." It is to entertain. Number 4, Rosie had the best time making her Valentine cards for her classmates. She used red and white paper, heart stickers, markers, and anything else she could find. It was great. Her friends are planning a Valentine party on February 14th at school. The one she made for her best friend is funny. Funny Valentines are nice to get. And this is to entertain. Number 5, we supply the best brands at the lowest prices. We have received 99.9% positive feedback from our customers. Next day delivery offered on all items. This is to inform. And number 6, for a limited period, we are offering the MaxiPixel 5679x-C camera at a special low price, just $13,499 only. And of course, this is to persuade. Take one tablet 3 times a day, to inform. The monkey who was so wise ate all the bananas and went down without noticing the thorns planted by his friend Turtle. His selfishness ruined him. This is to entertain. Order now and get your food with discount tomorrow. Of course, this is to persuade. Now, you were able to understand about these types of text. Now it's time for you to answer the assessment. Please read. You may pause the video while you are answering. Okay, and let's check your answer for number 1. Good job. It's persuade. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. 5. Rose in Valentine's. 6. 7. Game preparation. 8. And number 10. Great job! I hope that you learned something from our lesson today, class. So I will be seeing you in our next session. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for listening.